Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. Today we're going to be doing another TSTO Battle of the Best events. So we have two contenders today. We have Treehouse Horror XXIII, which is the Treehouse Horror from 2012. It is the only major event I have not played, so I am basing this off other people's opinions, what I can see on the wiki, how it was kind of structured. It's the one event where I haven't got a personal feeling for it. So in this round, I'm actually going to cancel out the fifth and final point, which is normally my reflection. I don't think it's really fair to have that point, be counted, because I have no, feeling of Treehouse Horror 2012 because I don't care. I never played it, so I don't really have that. I never had that experience. But it's going to be versing Clash of Clones, which is an event I detested and I hated when it first came out, so we'll have to see. Yeah. If it does go to the fourth round, what we're going to do is, if we have to obviously do a fifth round, I should say. If we have to do a fifth round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of do an overall point of the event overall, not my kind of general feelings of as of today, just a general kind of summary point. So, Treehouse of Horror 2012 we shall start with. So this was an event, obviously the very first major event, so a lot to I guess a lot of important things for it to establish. It was the first major event, of course. It also came out with a level, the level that added Edna Krabappel, but I'm going to completely disregard the stuff that was added in the level. So anything that was added, permanently to the store, not counting it. So basically, how this event was, there was a lot of freedom with this event. You can earn by unlocking certain things and doing certain tasks. You earn candy. Now this candy can be used to buy certain things. Now there was donuts items too, but for the most part there really wasn't too much. There was also a ray gun, so if you bought a ray gun, you could actually shoot down Kang and unlock Kang as a character. I know that's kind of a donut item and a decoration, but I think it's a new feature that we hadn't seen before, so it's cool that they added it. Yeah, loads of different tasks and stuff. It was very quest oriented. They had obviously the trick or treat thing, so you can send characters to trick or treat and they would be in their specific costumes, and also there was the whole zombies thing. So when the zombies come out the cemetery, so you have obviously the cemetery, the zombies would come out and they would actually infect a bunch of your town members, and you'd have to tap on them to kind of cure them, I guess. So very cool. Lots of awesome things in this event. It was obviously there was a lot more freedom. There was no particular structure. It was a little all over the place from what I guess we're used to. But I don't know. There was a lot of freedom there, so I guess there's good things there too. Moving on to Clash of Clones. So obviously we had this was an event kind of based around. The theme was kind of like it was meant to be parodying itself, so it's a clone of another of these games. I think it was meant to be kind of parodying Clash of Clans, I guess. A lot of the stuff that was added was like tapped out exclusive or like based off stuff that we've seen, but not actually exactly. For example, the Boxingham Palace. I think that's meant to be based off that box fort that Bot and Lisa made, but it doesn't look like it, right? So you can say it's kind of based off that, but it's not the exact same. Loads of kind of decorations were added in this one, but yeah, overall the actual structure was a little I honestly hated it. There was obviously you had the prize track, and you had to kind of upgrade your buildings, your castles, and also upgrade your characters. There was all like these little raids and things you do, like loads of things like that, raiding on different houses in your thing, and then obviously there was going to friends' towns and raiding on them. A lot of kind of more social kind of aspect to it, I guess, but overall I found it very tedious. I remember I hated it. I hated the whole event, I'll be honest with you. It really kind of killed it for me. It drained all my energy, because bear in mind I was playing this legitly at this point. I didn't have any hack donuts or anything at this point. Or at least I didn't have very many, so I couldn't afford to skip everything. I had to do most of it legitimately, and it was hell. It was honestly hell. I wasn't a big fan of Clash of Clones. So overall, the winner is Treehouse of Horror 2012. I think the freedom that this update gave you versus the kind of, although yeah, Clash of Clones was more structured, like in a way that it was more kind of you have to do this, 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 and this. I think the freedom for 2012 just kind of trumps the chaos and all the tediousness of Clash of Clones. I just did not like Clash of Clones, I'll be honest with you. Characters, so we'll start it off with Halloween. So the first characters we got was, as you can see here, we got the zombies, the pet zombies. Those were NPCs actually, technically. So those were the NPCs that came out, but we didn't actually unlock them until a later update because you were able to buy them in a later update. But anyway, we got the Mayan God, Mayan Homer, the Talking Krusty Doll, the Raven, the Devil Flanders, Kang, Burns Monster, and Witch Marge. For some weird reason, the wiki lists the Black Hole as a character, even though it's a decoration. I'll talk about that. If we get to decorations, I'll talk about that, but just ignore that. But yeah, Witch Marge, Burns Monster, Kang, Devil Flanders, the Raven, Talking Claw. Yeah, really, really good characters. And costumes. I like Kang. I think Kang is definitely the best character there. I actually really love the fact that we got the Raven and the Burns Monster. Those two are really cool. Witch Marge and Devil Flanders are two epic costumes. Mayan Homer's okay. I would have preferred it if the Mayan God actually had tasks. I think if the Mayan God was to be added today, he definitely would have tasks, right? But yeah, I think he should have had tasks. But overall, fairly limited, but a very good selection of characters and costumes for sure. So moving on to Clash of Clones. Sorry, I'm not even funny. But I just hate this. I hate even talking about this update, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, but in terms of characters, we got obviously the Barbarian, as you can see there. That was the only new character we got. They were going to add a bunch of the Mage and the Knight and the Rogue and all that. All the little NPCs we got. They were going to add them as, I believe they're going to add them as NPCs, but then they added them as decorations in a later update. But yeah, obviously the Barbarian, only character. Not a very good one at that. A pretty mediocre one. Not even mediocre. I'd say he's a bad character. Just because he's like, there's nothing there for him. He's just kind of boring almost. Then we have obviously Barbarian Homer. For Homer, we have Homer Barbarian, which is a costume for the Barbarian. Archer Lisa, Goblin Bar, and Wizard Marge. And then later on they added the Shadow Knight. I know it was kind of like an offer content. I'm not sure like what to call that. I'm gonna count it in Clash of Clones just to be charitable. I'm gonna clash the Shadow Knight stuff. I'm not obviously gonna count some of the I'm not counting the 4th of July stuff, but I'll count the Shadow Knight stuff in the Clash of Clones. So yeah, overall the Shadow Knight is a very good costume. Obviously, we have some decent. That's a decent costume. Apart from that, I'm not a massive fan of most of the costumes. I don't like any of them, and I don't really like the Barbarian. So obviously, it's going to Treehouse of Horror. There's no debate. Is there any point going through the next round? Let's do it. Halloween buildings. We have obviously the Springfield Cemetery, Springfield Pet Cemetery, the Springfield Subatomic Super Collider, the House of Evil, Bad Dream House, and the Mausoleum, and also the Heck House as a skin for the First Church of Springfield. In terms of buildings for the Clash of Crap, Barbarian Castle, oh come on, Barbarian Castle, Castle Recycle, and Boxing Room Palace. What do you think, guys? Obviously, it goes to Treehouse of Horror. And for the record, decorations, I think, is a little tricky because I do actually like some of the decorations we got in Clash of Clones, honestly, like the chicken coop and stock and the hay cart and stuff like that. Some of them are okay. Yeah, it was limited decorations for the Halloween update, to be fair. Do you know what? I'm going to be nice. I'll give Clash of Clones one point for decorations. And then in terms of my overall, not opinion, but my overall rating, it would have to go to Treehouse of Horror. So that obviously concludes the thing. I think it was kind of obvious from the start of the video. I didn't want to like build it up and kind of lie to you guys. Like Clash of Clones may have had a chance. Clash of Clones is honestly one of, I would probably go as far to say is the worst update we've ever got. I think I'm fair. I think that's a fair assumption, or a fair evaluation. I would say yeah, it is the worst update. I remember I hated it. There's other updates that have terrible things in them, right? So the Easter update, I didn't like the Easter update because of the stupid boxes we got. Those were horrible and were practically impossible. I remember I was trying to get Sherry Bobbins. It took me essentially like 1,000 donuts or something like that, or like 2,000, 3,000. I don't know the exact number, but a lot of donuts. I was there for about half an hour just buying boxes to get Sherry Bobbins, and eventually I got her. But yeah, there's updates that have terrible features, right? But at least that Easter update had good characters. Whereas Clash of Clones, it was horribly structured. I hated all the upgrading stuff. There was no good characters or costumes. All those costumes were garbage. The only character we got was garbage too. I mean, maybe you could say the Shadow Knight and the Shadow Knight promotion was cool, but it's arguable if that was even a part of the update because it kind of came at a later date. And then you have Treehouse of Clash of Clones. Yeah, obviously the buildings wasn't very many buildings. Yeah, I just think overall, Clash of Clones was just really crap. So that's why we call it Clash of Crap. And I think there's a good case that it is the worst update in the game. I don't know. I'm trying to think of more like worse updates. Honestly, I can't think of any. Like, yeah, Clash of Clones is the worst update in the game. It has some good decorations. That's probably its only redeeming feature. So we'll submit that. So Treehouse of Horror 2012 goes to Verse Tap Ball. That's going to be interesting. So next, tune in next episode where we will be looking at Winter 2014 versing a Simpsons Christmas special, the Battle of the Christmas updates. Yeah, that will be interesting. So anyway, thanks for watching. I apologise that I was kind of rambling and a little disorientated there in my points. I always like list out points, right? But then I go out on a tangent because I come up with something else. I prefer to structure my videos in this way. I could script TSTO Battle of the Best Events, but I don't know. Maybe this is just me being selfish. I like to do it this way. It's partly laziness, but it's also partly, I don't know, I just prefer it. If I scripted these videos, it would just be kind of boring to me. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.